Oh, greetings. Mr. Michael Todd here on day XXX. I don't know. It's been a year of videos and some more days. Missed some days, something's happened with some videos, but oh well. So, just looking forward to concluding all business and going away this time with everything sorted. The Airbnb debacle continues. Airbnb called yesterday, had a chat. They were very good. Customer service, he was going through some questions. He said one of the things that was raised at their end was the delay in posting it. But I was just like, well, we left on the 7th, had to travel all the way home to England, and then I reported it first thing on the 8th. So that was like as soon as I could really do it. We got back at bedtime, and we have a young son. And he was fine with that, and he had to put me on hold a few times and go back some questions. And then I had a missed call, but I was asleep. I think I'm dealing with America, so dealing with that changing times, whatever you say, however you say it. And no, we've just been on a nice walk and chatted over potential scenarios, plans for getting to set and what we need to do just to optimize everything, because we worked so hard to get the van sorted, but then when we left there's just more stuff, so you end up with bags on the floor and things like that. So it'll be nice to have a real space for everything. So I think shed a little bit more weight. I had like 70 books, for example, so I just said, look, let's just do 10 each, and then 10 shared like learning resource books, as like health books and books for Vito and stuff. Well, he's got his own book. He's got his own box of books. I went through all those books and I just couldn't really get rid of any of them. There's loads. The only one I could get rid of is Little Miss Giggles, because just a bit weird. All the Mr. Men books, they just end very strangely. And yeah, so, but then just before the walk, I get an email from Airbnb, and it's the host who has requested that I pay her extra money. So we left because the place wasn't clean. I had a bug crawling in my ear. We needed to get out of there. I was terrified. We cleaned up all the pots and left them to dry. And I put out the glass, but we left the bins, which she took pictures of. And pictures of my van, which is a bit odd, isn't it? Because there was no problems then. She was just taking a picture of my van for her records, I guess, so she could call the police on me. But yeah, and she just said, yeah, you left the place. There was marks on the table. The kitchen was in disarray. And it's like, no, the bins, that's like a 1-minute job. But you didn't leave instructions on how to take the bins out. A lot of Airbnbs have instructions because we're in a different country. We don't know the colours of your bins and what region we're in. All regions and countries, they have different rules. The glass was easy because there was a crate of the glass, so I took that out. So you'd have had to take the bins out. That's like 1 minute. The pots, like, we had to leave. I mean, we could have dried them, but there was only one little tea towel that was just pathetic. That was already wet and dirty. So, you know, drying those pots and putting them away, 4 minutes. So you're talking 5 minutes of work, and she's requesting £26.08, which I don't know, feels like about around 35 euros. I've not done the exchange rate, but she's probably going 35 euros. So 35 euros for 5 minutes work. What's her hourly rate here? You times that by 12, 350 plus another 70, 420 euros an hour. Cleaning wage, pretty good. In line with what lawyers are paid, I would say. Plus, we were leaving, and we've complained with Airbnb, and they've indicated that we'll get a refund for the nights that we didn't stay, which is 3 nights. So we paid 350 quid for the 4 nights. I think it was 300 to 75 a night, plus the Airbnb fee of 50. So I'm not sure what happens with the Airbnb fee, but it should be at least 75 times 3. So 225 back from the 350. Well, no, if it's 300, my maths is wrong, isn't it? That's 150. 75. So 300. Half of that is 150, half of that is 75. Yeah, 225. Yeah, at least back. But if Airbnb give us the 225 back because the place was filthy, because it was, and we gave the evidence in about 12 pictures or something, could have done more. Do more next time if this ever comes up. Learned an awful lot about this. And I think you really need to protect yourself as, obviously hosts need to protect themselves, but we're respectful people. We're a young family. All we wanted was a place to stay for 4 nights before returning to the UK. We just wanted some peace and solitude, and yeah, a nice home. The one before was immaculate. This place was filthy, and it just felt a bit infested. And there were bugs everywhere, and there was fly spray that you could just smell, even though it wouldn't air out. And it was a bug in my ear would indicate that there's a bit of an infestation, which needs to be cleaned up. They surface clean, but you've got to deep clean these places on a regular basis, haven't you? So yeah, she's requesting I pay more money, which is just ludicrous. And she's saying she's disappointed in my behaviour. We left your Airbnb. Like, we didn't do anything wrong. We're allowed to leave the Airbnb that we're paying for. The Airbnb set that we're paying for, we haven't even been able to arrive at yet. We're allowed to do that. We've paid for it. We can do what we like. To then say you feel sorry for my son and you're going to call the police and send a picture of my van, like, that's threatening behaviour. That's abuse. I did not be abusive. I even said she was nice, like, nothing wrong with her. It's just you know, the bug in the ear, like that could happen anywhere. That could potentially happen at a clean place. So I can't, you know, but all in all, when you go and complain with Airbnb, you've got to say a reason, and the reason was the cleanliness, which the guy on the phone agreed with. So yeah, I think they'll call today. So the eBay refund, this partial refund scam, which I'm just bored of. I think they've awarded him the refund, but it's like, where's my iPad then? Just like, yeah, where's my product? This partial refund scam where people get a good deal from you, shake you down a little bit, and then give you a software problem. You know, that's a software problem, and anybody can take a screenshot of that. The iPad worked absolutely fine, and they just try and get a bit more money. If he can get 50 quid out of me, get 15 quid off the iPad, get another 50 back for a partial refund, he can then go and sell that and, you know, make 60 quid or whatever, 65 quid for not much time. I've said in times before, like, I've had, like, been busy, but I've had email, you know, maybe that's how much work for him there. Like, you've got to go to the post office and post and stuff, which does take time. But if you're doing more packages, it makes sense. But send a message on eBay, it's just a couple of minutes time. So yeah, a worthwhile kind of income for people that want to do that. It just baffles me that people that spend their energies doing that. So, I mean, my work, it's just, the more I've vlogged, the more life's got crazier. And the past 6 months, like, couldn't even written out a plot of a life story movie that was just crazier. It's just, we're really gasping for that break, that time away to reset and rejuvenate ourselves back to who we are, because it's just been survival mode, sorting, organizing, lots of stress, and that's no good. It's no good for anybody. I know life changes, you've got to work at it, and we're fine. We've achieved absolutely pages and pages of tasks and jobs and things. So there's that business, and just the deposit I'm waiting for back from the place as well, the half deposit which we agreed on, to clean up that business, but that's not come in yet. So just be nice to clear all these up. I'm gonna have a little shuffle around in the van today and optimize that a bit more with these books and the shelving and belongings and things, and yeah, just keep optimizing it, because hopefully, if all goes well, we could leave for set on Monday, stop off somewhere on Monday, stop off somewhere Tuesday, arrive in set on Wednesday, so a week tomorrow, which that'd be nice. Then that would be about I think the 18th of June, so we'd have lost 18 days essentially, which, considering everything that's gone on, like, it was 1,300 for the month for set, so £700, something like that, down the drain, and a few more ferries, maybe £1,000 down the hole. C'est la vie, as they say en français. Learned what the slices of jambon was in the boucherie, and I just throw myself in there with the languages now, and you've just got to be willing to look like an idiot. And the French were laughing at me in the butchers, I think nicely, but yeah, I learned tranche de jambon as slices of ham. So really want to get into the language and learning. And the French were really nice actually. All of the people that we came across, except this Airbnb host when it went south, but she was nice before, probably a bit too nice, a bit too full on. I think she was in the middle of nowhere and wants like, it's more like, it's beautiful outside. I think if the weather was there, and I think when the weather's there, people are like mostly outside, and it's just, they're really nice woods and it's very tranquil. So I'm sure people are just like, no, the house is not very clean and not great. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's I think definitely just been these things can gradually deteriorate, can't they? Houses and properties, they just do, especially if they're getting a lot of use from Airbnb guests. Like, you need to have some surface cleaning, and but then some regular deep cleans in the areas, which was the main thing here lacking. Just really dirty areas, especially in the kitchen where, you know, you've got food and stuff. But yeah, feeling good. It's just rested up now. Like, had 3 great nights sleep, especially after this bike ride yesterday. Legs are a bit cramped. Um, but yeah, it was good to get out and do that. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.